Hello, welcome to Soulprint Minis. Thank you so very, very much for being here. This is for Friday the 21st. I am recording this several days before you're going to see it. This is going to be a mini, but I'm going to do it on two people. I want to take a look at Ron and Casey DeSantis because, as we know, his campaign is just a disaster. The longer he's on the campaign trail, the more he pots, the worse it gets for him. And I know that they've now sort of pushed Casey out to, campaign for her husband, trying to appeal to, I guess, very, very conservative mothers who I guess maybe are part of the evangelical movement. Those are the ones who think that Trump is the Messiah. So I'm not quite sure even that, even Casey out there talking about how amazing her husband is going to go well. Let's take a peek. I want to see what's going on with them because it's like water going down a drain, right? They're just losing ground. Ron and Casey DeSantis, Ron and Casey DeSantis, Ron and Casey DeSantis. And apparently maybe she can fake it better, but apparently her and Ron are very similar in terms of the way they view things, the way they see things. They really don't trust people. It's a very, very tight, close circle around them. And the problem with that is that you block off any information that wants to come at you from other sources, and those other sources, may well kind of be telling you the truth. Here we go. So we're starting off with the Three of Cups, right? There was all of this hype. There was all of this rah, rah, rah. Fox News loves him. The donors think he's going to be amazing. And then it went splat. It just went splat. Because we're not even convinced most people in Florida like what the hell he's doing in Florida. But then he goes on the campaign trail and he seems to think that saying that he's going to do to the country what he did to Florida, he seems to think that that's a winning strategy. And it's so not a winning strategy. It's just so not a winning strategy. But they're determined to push forward. I think I've said this before. Casey wants to be the first lady of the United States. In fact, in some ways, it feels as if her ambition is actually greater than her husband's. So they're going to continue to push forward in a really it's aggressive, but it's like a little unhinged, right? It's like people are going to be looking at him pushing forward and literally standing there going, what the hell are you doing? Because it's not helping him, but because they're living in this little bubble, they realize or don't realize perhaps how really badly this campaign is going for them. They're now constantly on the defense. His ideas about laws and legality and what he's going to make legal and what he's not is not going to fly. It's just not. People are not wanting a little dictator. And the problem, even worse, is that he doesn't communicate well. And so people are just like turning off their ears, right? They're just not hearing anymore what he's saying because what he's saying doesn't resonate with the vast majority of people. He's not ready for the big leagues. And people of Florida, but Florida is in too much of a mess right now for him to be touting that as some sort of great and grand accomplishment. That dream of his, this is the result. 10 of Swords. It's going to become more confused. She's not going to be able to help. She's not going to be able to contribute too much, but she's going to keep pushing. He is going to continue to receive really bad reviews. And the whole campaign is going to become very, very muddled. I mean, even their campaign manager has admitted that they're quite a bit behind. Quite a bit behind. You know, this is the thing. Had Trump not run, DeSantis would have made like Trump 2.0. Because the problem with DeSantis is he's smart. I'm not saying he's nice. I'm not saying he's kind. But he has a good solid education behind him, where Trump does not. I mean, Wharton School of Business or whatever, what the hell? Yeah, that's absolutely a necessary requirement for the President of the United States. The problem is that Trump is outrageous, and so there was pushback. The problem would have been with DeSantis is that people would have leaned towards him because he was like Trump, but not Trump. The problem is Trump right now is not running. And even though that may change in the future, DeSantis has basically already cooked his goose because people see him kind of for what he is. And it's frankly, it's just not a pretty picture. I want to look at what's going to happen with his campaign. And apparently, even there's scuttlebutt that even Fox News and the Murdochs are getting a little tired of him. They feel like they've backed a losing horse in the horse race, and they have. So let's see, shall we? Future potential DeSantis campaign. Future potential DeSantis campaign. Future potential DeSantis campaign. So this is the problem. He's tied too closely to the Donald, okay? And he has sort of wrapped himself up as Trump 2.0. So it's not going over with the Trumpsters very well. But it puts him in a very strange position of not really being able to go after Trump in any real or meaningful way because he's too tied to Trump. So he has put himself in a position and the campaign in a position where honestly, right now, it doesn't even feel like they can figure out how to move forward. Their ability to communicate has been significantly hampered because DeSantis doesn't present well. He doesn't speak well. He's arrogant. He's snappish and rude. And so every time he opens his mouth, he's actually making it worse for the campaign. There is something that is coming out. I could swear in one of the more recent readings I did about DeSantis, I said there was going to be some sort of a bombshell or a scandal coming out about him and money. And you know what? There was I think money from an outside source somewhere he shouldn't have received money from that he got. I'm not sure. I can't remember the details, but there's more that's going to come out about him. And stuff that they're actually really trying to keep behind the scenes and keep it secret. And it does have to do with money. And it feels as if this money is coming from somewhere it shouldn't be coming from. He's going to find that he is blocked as he tries to move forward. And that's because he's childish. Okay? That's because he's not ready for the big leagues. That's because he doesn't know how to present himself. It's because he keeps trying to see his life through rose-colored glasses. There's a real immaturity about him, and it's not playing well. And I don't know. It feels like, he has all these hopes. I just don't see it working out for him. Who's going to cut the deck? Will campaign survive? Will campaign survive? Will campaign survive? I want to know if it's going to get to the nomination process, if he's still going to be part of it. Death card. Knight of Swords. So, unless there is some massive transformation, unless they can block everybody's memory of everything that he said for the last, 3-4 years, however long he's been around, it's not going to go well. I don't know if he's going to pull out. Had he been smart, he wouldn't have run for 2024. He would have run for 2028, when theoretically Trump would not be a competitor. At this point, honestly, what it feels like is the only chance he has for victory is if Trump goes to jail. And he's sort of hoping that happens, because that will then, he thinks, Trump voters are going to then switch to him. And so part of what he's doing right now is he's trying to hang on long enough for Trump to get into some really serious trouble and get removed from running. And that's where he thinks he is going to be able to pick up, his steam and pick up votes. But I'm not seeing that happening. That's what he wants. I just don't think he's going to get his wish. All right. That's what I know for now. It's Friday. Thank you so much for all of your support, your kind comments, etc. throughout the week. I so appreciate them. If you're looking for a reading, in the email, in the Dropbox below is the email address soulprint888@gmail.com. Just send me out a request, and I'm booking kind of early August. All right. Thank you so very, very much for being here. It's the weekend. Go do something fun. Go do something kind for yourself and maybe someone else. We'll see you next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.